Konnichiwa! Oh man, I've really got to just stop that and say hello. This is the Douglas Field L brass lighter, made in Japan, in Tokyo, by the Tokyo Pipe Company. You can see there, it's underneath, it says made in Japan. It's the Field L. There is also the Field S model, which has a slightly different design. This design features two barrels. One barrel for the fluid, the combustible fluid, and the other barrel for the flint and the flint spring. Now I've filled this with lighter fluid, but you could presumably use any combustible fluid, diesel, petrol, jet fuel, I don't know. Don't try any of those things, just stick to lighter fluid. I don't know what happens if you put the other things in there. You'd probably blow up. So don't come running to me if you get blown up. At the top of here we have the flint sticking up onto the wheel, and we just turn that on and off it goes. It's a really satisfying action, and it's one that I've fiddled with this just for hours, just sitting fiddling with it. It's really, really satisfying. It's just so tactile, just so beautifully made, and this wheel is just so good. Now, one of the cool things is that I filled this up 4 weeks ago, and only just before this video stopped lighting. So it lasted 4 weeks, and that's in part due to this cap which seals the wick. Can you see there? It completely seals it, so there's no evaporation. Underneath, this is where we fill it, and I'll show you that. Unscrew that chamber. Beautifully engineered, absolutely perfect, and there's a little rubber O-ring there just to keep everything from evaporating, and it works perfectly. You know, 4 weeks, that's pretty good. You know, a Zippo, you'd be lucky to get a week out of a Zippo. Screw that on tight. Now the next little chamber I'll show you in there. Unscrew that. A little bit more fiddly, but it's definitely still doable. This is the little brass spring. Can you see that little pusher there? And that pushes the flint, keeps the flint pushed up against the wheel. Put that back in. Put it all back together. Screw it on tight. Now, I've had a few lighters in my time, and this is by far and away the most beautifully engineered, reliable and tactile lighter I've ever had the pleasure of using, and I would highly recommend it. It really, really is something special. Now, it's not easy to get hold of, admittedly, and when you do find it, you might find yourself with tears in your eyes from the price. However, it is worth it, and it'll last you a lifetime, and you know, you can pass it on to the generations. It's one of those things. It's really, really nice. Please subscribe for more fascinating reviews about stuff, and I'll see you soon.